Hello and welcome to Enterprise Zone. This is a show that caters for small businesses by giving them a platform to showcase what they are all about. As we are doing on this show, today we are in Fourways to visit Saving Grace Educational Group, and later on we'll be going to Bedford View to visit our second guest for this episode. On this part of the show, we meet up with our entrepreneurs from Saving Grace Educational Group. Please do join us as we chat to Damilola and Charles.
Okay, my name is Damilola Mukembe, and a little bit about me. So I've been tutoring for quite a couple of years now. I originally studied BCom accounting at the University of Pretoria. Then from there I went on to do my articles and I worked in corporate. But while I was doing all of that, I was always tutoring, on the side, because that's always been, my passion. I've always enjoyed teaching and meeting different students. So after working in corporate for a while, I decided to go into full-time business and actually just fulfill my passion and get to live it every day. So that's how I got into Saving Grace. Saving Grace wasn't always Saving Grace. It was just, Damilola tutoring. But then when I decided to go full-time into business, that's when, the name came, Saving Grace Educational Group. And yeah, I've been tutoring ever since then.
She's my wife. My name is Charles Mukembe. Basically, I'm more of the business side, the marketing, entrepreneurship, because I always believe that, business entrepreneurship is the way to solve problems and create wealth for one another and bring value. And she has a passion for teaching, have a passion for marketing and entrepreneurship. So it was a match in heaven.
First of all, we have two different types of services that we offer. Primarily, and that is private at-home tutoring, which is when a tutor will go out to the client's house and go and tutor the child in the comfort of their own home. And then we have the center tutoring, which is when now the parent will bring their child to our center in Fourways, and the child will then obtain their tutoring from the center. So that's the two different types of services. Then under the private tutoring, we have the high school as well as the primary school. So Saving Grace Junior Tutors is the primary school sector of the business, and then Saving Grace Senior Tutors is for the high school students, both still being private at-home tutoring. Then the Saving Grace Education Center is now where primary school students get to come here and they get tutoring here, as well as high school students. However, for the high school students at the center, we focus primarily only on maths, physical science, and accounting. But then the juniors, when they come to the center, they get all the subjects. Then further to that, so that's the two main sides to the business. We have Saving Grace Accounting Tutors, which is accounting tutoring for university students. I wouldn't really say it's mostly focused on part-time students. So because the full-time students, they get, lectures, and so they don't really need the service that much. But the part-time students, which is the UNISA students, the Region, Mancosa, IMM, Damlin, we offer accounting tutoring for them either at their home or they can also come to the center. However, the center is only open to the part-time students after hours, mainly because most of them are working, and so they're only really available, I would say, after 5:30, 6. So we offer those services to them. Then we have just launched Saving Grace Accounting Online Coach, which is basically online accounting tutoring services for high school students, where the grade 8 to the grade 12 students, but primarily the grade 12 because they need it really the most, where they can now log online and they can watch video tutorials based on the accounting syllabus. So important, if a question is out of 4 marks, don't go write one sentence, because
with our tutoring service, we provide tutoring for almost about 50 to 20 students per month and around the country. And with the platform that we just opened now, we can actually assist more. We just launched a new campaign now, because at the end of the day, as an entrepreneur, we want to create solutions that can help everybody. We just launched a homework help campaign. That's starting from actually today, where parents now can have daily homework at home. So you get 1 hour daily homework assistance for 3,000 per month. So already when your child gets assisted homework, half of the work is done. Because with the statistic in South Africa already, 78% of kids can't read, meaning that the homework are not being done effectively at home and the kids are slacking with homework. So if we can be able to assist kids out there to do the homework effectively, that means the reading will improve, the mathematics will improve, the learning will improve. So, and that's why we're launching this service around 100 way from 1 hour daily from Monday to Friday.
With the private tutoring, we hire tutors who are, first of all, qualified to actually teach the subject. So what happens is when a tutor applies to us, they have to tell us exactly what subject they would like to tutor, what grades, and as well as their availability. And then based on our client's request, we will then try and find a student and teacher match. So that's a very important aspect. In order for the tutoring to be successful, it's very important that the tutor and the student, that their personalities match and that there's that click. Because once the student forms a relationship with the tutor, then what you'll find is that, you know, the tutoring tends to be more effective, and the parents and the child actually will see results in terms of, you know, the child's mark. So we try and make sure that there's that match, and we do give parents the opportunity, if they feel that, you know, the tutor and the child, you know, they're not gelling, they're not clicking, things aren't working out, then we encourage them to inform us immediately, so that then we can find another suitable tutor for them. You know, tutoring is a very interesting industry, in the sense that, you know, you get the clients that are once off, on and off, you know, they only come 2 weeks before exams, which is not always a great idea. It's not usually that effective. Then you get the consistent clients who, you know, from February up until November, the parents understand the importance of the tutoring, and therefore they commit, you know, whether it's convenient or not financially, but they make a plan. So I would say altogether, sure, probably 100 or even more. So, I mean, we've had a lot of clients, you know, if you take full-time as well as consistent and once off, or whatever the situation would be. Obviously, in terms of the accounting students, you know, they are a bit different, in the sense of, you know, when a student registers, for example, with UNISA, they register maybe end of January, they write in May, and the semester ends, then the second semester. So the university market is a bit different in terms of it fluctuates. But the primary school and the high school, you know, they're more consistent in terms of the whole year, academic year.
I think business is a process. I think one thing that the more you do, the more you learn. The more you understand, the more you progress. And I believe most of us really, when we start a business, we forget there's a process. Even your service, through process, your service improve, your understanding of your target market, your client improve, your understanding how to deal with client improve, how to handle your finance improve, how to package your business, you know, even your idea, how to market the business, the kind of idea, the concept you bring, because you do more, you think more, they improve.
For me, I think it's two things. The first being I learned from him, which is consistency, which is, you know, business is about every day waking up and, you know, consistently doing the work, finding new ways to improve the business, new ideas you can implement. So yeah, I think that's the first thing, is just being consistent in terms of, you know, doing every day, doing the same thing every day, but, you know, just finding new ways to improve it. And then the second thing for me would be, in terms of my accounting background, would be systems. Because, you know, when you're in varsity, you learn about, you know, companies having systems, and yeah, it's just theory, yeah, systems. But actually, now actually doing it every day, I've learned that, you know, you need to have systems in place in order for the business to work. Our ultimate goal is to build a private school. So that's where we are looking at. For now, we're looking at opening centers around. Because we're in 4 ways, sometimes we'll get a parent who's, for instance, in the East Rand, who wants to come to the center because it's much more affordable for them, but it's a bit far out. Even for a Saturday, it's too far for them to drive. By the time they include the petrol cost of coming here, you know, it's not worth it. So we'd like to open up centers all around, you know, like the north, the south. I've worked as an accountant before, but if I wasn't doing this, I don't think I'd go back there. So it would probably be lecturing, which I don't know, it's still in the same field. So definitely lecturing, but if it had to be nothing education related, then I'd probably be working as an accountant.
Yeah, actually what I want to do in further is actually going to motivational speaking.
Definitely, I would say that.
Yeah, motivational speaking, because I believe I like impacting people, unlocking people's mind and thinking. So
where people can find us, as I've mentioned, there are different services that we offer, and I think what makes us unique from other businesses is that, you know, we don't want people to go to one website and just now parents are having to go through the whole website to find the service that they want. So we've divided our services and also our website into different areas. So basically, if you are a parent of a primary school child and you want private tutoring, you will go to www.savingggracejuniortutors.com. If you're a high school mom or dad, it's www.savinggraceseniortutors.com. If it's the center, whether primary school or high school, it's www.savinggraceeducationcenter.com. If it's accounting, www.savinggraceaccountingtutors.com. And of course, the online, which is www.savinggraceaccountingonlinecoach.com. And our email address is one standard, savinggrace Tutors@gmail.com. savinggracetutors@gmail.com.
What an amazing job our entrepreneurs do for the children, and we trust that you got all the details if you would like to be in contact with them. Let us take a quick ad break, and after this, we go to Bedford View in Ekurhuleni to talk to the hardworking Nkuli Nzamande, who is the Director of Hlengani Communications, and her business partner, Themba Hlengani.